What's good, everybody? This is your RBG brother, Guy Nollywood Jr., coming to you with another exclusive program. Um, I got some things on my mind. Um, you know, got to do my rant. I got to do my rant. I'm gonna wait 10 more minutes. See anybody gonna come in, or I'll wait a little bit. I know it's kind of random. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wait a little bit. Stacy, what's good? It's good, Stacy. Just got to do my little rant. You know me. Um, so here's the situation, right? This is kind of pissed me off. I'm on TikTok, and I realized that some people don't have a life, right? So here's this one chick. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm on medical leave, so to speak. So there's the reason, because I would have been at work right now, but I'm on medical leave, so everything's okay. So just trying to recover. Just hopefully I go back to work by next month. So um, been out of work for like almost. It's been my second month right now, so it kind of sucks, but it's what it is. Um, Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Um, so I'm on TikTok, and of course you got the FBA clowns. So this one chick, she's another one, don't like Pan Africanism and all that nonsense. So in the chat, I kept asking her just a simple question. I said, "What have you Black Americans, so-called Black Americans? I don't know what that is, but they keep calling themselves Black Americans, FBA. So I said, what have you Foundation of Black Americans have accomplished?" And I kept repeating my question in the chat, and she never answered. She kept just rambling and just trying to put people that's claiming just reclaiming their culture and their history, and she just rambling. She could not answer the question. She could not answer because she knows that people that's claiming Foundation of Black American haven't accomplished a damn thing. What irks me the most is that people keep asking this dumbass question. Well, if you're saying that you're Pan African, how come you're not living in Africa? Now they are so stupid. They just answered their own question. They just answered their own question. Well, if you're Pan African, how come you're not living in Africa? Because I'm Pan African. Pan means abroad. I'm an African. I'm abroad. Stupid. Dumb dumb. I'm African of abroad. That's what Pan African means. Like they just answered their own question. And just because I might be a citizen in one country or once or a continent does not erase my ethnicity. People get nationality and ethnicity confused. There's African people all over the world. But because there's African people in Colombia. So are you telling me that they're less African because they living in they're living in Colombia. Doesn't make any sense. But I noticed that these people are pretendians. They are the real pretendians. They are the real divestors of the race. They are the real divestors. They claiming they claim in America because they claim in America, but they only claiming slavery, right? The slave culture. You know what I'm saying? So everything that the slave culture has to offer, that's what they claim. So what they're telling you is they're claiming homosexuality. They claiming interracial relationships. They claiming, the baby, the baby mamas with multiple children by different men. The baby daddies who has multiple children by different women. They claiming all this. They claiming bestiality. They claiming pedophilia. This all comes with America. This all comes with America. Stacey said exactly. FBA have a victim mentality. Yes, but they all claiming this slave culture. They have nothing. They have built nothing. So when I asked this dum dum, what have you accomplished? She could not answer the question. She could not answer the question. So when you ask Pan African, now as me as a Pan African, I'm gonna my job is to try to help other black people. Is to help black people. These FBAs, these are the real divestors. These are the ones they want to put down other black people, but they want to embrace. If you notice, they want to embrace every culture. They want to embrace every culture. Stacy, she said they have contribute nothing to society. Exactly, they haven't contributed nothing, a damn thing, a damn thing. They have not contribute. They have not contribute nothing to society. Nothing. So, so they have this. They have this. Uh, they have this they want to embrace other culture. They want to embrace other that's the new thing now, that they embracing white people that has red hair and freckles, that they call them gingers. Now they're saying, oh, these are the new black people now. And these white folks are coming out and saying, oh yeah, I'm black. So now what's going to happen is you're going to have more interracial relationships. You're going to have more unwanted biracial children because of these FBAs trying to make alliances with other races of people that don't look like them, that hate their guts. The main ones, they will call them the N-word as soon as they get mad at them. You can't even ask these FBAs for a damn job. Now, me, Pan-Africanism, Pan-African, you have Pan-African means African people of abroad. That's all it means. Nothing more, nothing less. Pan-Africanism is a system where that we can unite and create a system and claim or have what they call African culture principles. Follow African culture principles, so we can use that as some sort of unity, so we can build on each other. We could build with one another. You see what I'm saying? So you have you know and I know that that's another thing about these FBAs. They want to say, oh, they have the issue with pro-blackness, or you're pro-blackness, you blackity black. But other races, But they don't talk about white people being whitey white and being pro-white. They don't talk about brown people being pro-brown, and they don't talk about other race. They all every race unite or stick with each race. They stick with their own race. They stick with their own race. Now I know, as me as a not all Pan Africans can don't have enough funds to create their own institutions, but we can look out for one another. We can look out for one another to see, hey, if you need a job, I got you. It's all about having connections. Hey, you know what? You need some work? Okay, I got you. I'm gonna look out for you. You need some money? I'm gonna look out for you. Okay, that's what Pan Africanism do. You know what I'm saying? Every race does it. A white person, a white person will look after their race before they will look at before they will look go to help any other race of people. They will look and they will help their own race first. Stacy said, name one FBA business. Exactly. There's none. There's none. No FBA institutions, nothing. And she says they have the nerve to call others African descendant tethers. Exactly. Something they got from Tariq Nasheed. Everything that Tariq Nasheed do not own that hidden museum. He does not own it. He's renting. It's a rental. It's a rental store. He does not own it. So he's paying Europeans to rent out that store. And he's calling it a museum. There's nothing museum about that crap. It's very ghetto. But this is what he's offering. At least Dr. Umar, now I don't know when that school is going to be happening, but at least Dr. Umar got something. I would say that he got something. He got something. Maybe that school might open in another 30 years, but at least he's trying to do something. He's trying to do something. These FBAs ain't doing nothing but getting on social media and complaining about other black people. But they don't complain about white folks. They don't complain about yellow folks and brown folks. They don't complain about them. They do not complain about any other race of people. The nerve of these bastards. Give you a perfect example. Like I said, not all Pan-Africans like myself don't have enough funds to open up institutions. But there's other ways for us to help each other. Like I said again, a white person, just say you have a white employee and you have a white person applying for a job who has less education, don't even have a college degree. But then you have a black person has a master's. And that white employee will make sure he will hire his own people who barely has no education. That happens. But you have black people complaining, or why he didn't hire me because I'm qualified. It doesn't matter if you qualified, stupid. It doesn't matter if you qualified. A white person is looking after his own people, and guess what? He's supposed to. White people supposed to look after their own. Yellow people supposed to look after their own. Brown people supposed to look after their own. Red people supposed to look after their own. So we should look after their own. But FBAs, they don't believe in that. They don't believe in that. These are selfish, Bum ass dude, just like Fat Joe, just like he said these people are broke. And FBA's like, oh my God, how could he say that? Well, you made him. You put him in that spot. And at the same time, he's disrespecting you, calling you the N-word, saying that your women is dusty. But you put him in there. You put him in one of your top 10 FBAs. So why are you getting mad? Why are you getting mad? Stacy said, let me see what she said. Yeah. She said exactly. She said Tariq has brainwashed a lot of our people with FBA garbage. Exactly. Facts. Reparation is not happening. As God said, FBAs have no institutions or even tried to start anything with their own movement. Exactly. FBA love to the government, aka food stamps and section. Yep. Because they always say, well, you're not going to get no EPT card in Africa. Why should they? Africa got all those great resources that we should be claiming. The diamonds, the gold, the real God is in the motherland. God, gold, oil, and diamonds. I said that when I first came back on YouTube. That's the real God. Gold, oil, and diamonds. And while black folks still believe in the spookism, you white people, yellow people, red people, they go into Africa and getting and serving their real God. It's foolish. Give you a perfect example. When I lost my job in 2019, I don't know who called who. But me and I can't. I spoke to Bozo Muhammad over the phone. Bozo Muhammad, the B-Rab. I spoke to him over the phone, and I told him my situation. I said, "Look, brother, I lost my job. Uh, you know, the only thing I got from him was, well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's the only thing I got." He brags on the Nation of Islam. You claim, yes, that's true, Andrew. Andrew, shout out, hold up, Andrew 100. He said, FBA is a xenophobic group. In reality, nobody outside the internet know the term FBA. Facts. Stacey said, Maurice talks a good game. He has nothing to offer. Nothing. The only thing I got was, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But you brag on an organization called the Nation of Islam that you claim you represent, and they can't even give black people jobs. So how are you going to say this is the big bad organization, but they can't even give black people legitimate jobs, and they making money off the people? Something is terribly wrong. But here's shout out to my brother Bakari. I tell him the same, yo, brother, I lost my job. You know what that brother said? Do you need any money so I can hold you and your family down? That's what he said to me. See, once he said that was good enough for me, because I know he showed me that he's looking out for me and my family. That's what Pan-Africans do. Here's a Pan-African that said, "Hey, do you need any money to hold you and your family down?" Bozo Muhammad did not do that. Bozo Muhammad did not do that. That's the difference. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. Just by Brother Bakari saying that was good enough. So shout out to Brother Bakari, man. He's a really good brother. He was the one that gave Bozo Muhammad money. When Bozo Muhammad got kicked out of his house, kicked out by his so-called wife. But then these people want to talk against Pan-Africans. You want to talk against us. You want to put us down, but you beg us for money. You beg us for jobs. You rely on us. The nerve of these ungrateful piece of garbage. Then there's another B-Rab that's pushing this pipe dream, but it's another religion fanatic pushing pipe dreams. Religion is nothing but a pipe dream. The Quran, the Bible is nothing but a big damn pipe dream. But if we could control a state, that's a pipe dream. We need something now. People are coming out. What are you doing for our people? People coming out of college. People coming out of these prisons. People coming out trying to get out these shelters. It should never be a situation where they have to go and rely on another race of people to get some sort of training or to get employment. Stacy said, she said, what nation? Facts. She said, you got to be stupid to try to have a nation within a white nation. Exactly. FBA is a scam. Yep. She said, how can you control a state within a white nation? These NOI talking nonsense. Exactly. They all have and there's all FBAs, these Black Americans, they call them. So I don't know what a Black American is. I don't know what a Black American, because if that's the case, you got Black Americans in South America. Are you going to say they're not Black Americans? But what about the Brazilians? What about the Colombians? What about the What about the Guyanese? They're not Black Americans too, so there's no such thing as no Black American. But these FBAs, they make me sick to my stomach. They really make me sick to my stomach. They have nothing to offer. All of them have these white talking points. They sound just like their oppressor. They have offered nothing to society. Nothing. These are the real pretendians. These are the ones that will marry and get into interracial relationships, get into homosexuality. If you're an FBA, what you're telling me that you adopt the slave culture. And they can't deny it. They can't even lie about it if they want to, because you claim that you for America. Then they want to claim reparation. You want to claim reparation. Reparation didn't even come from no FBA. They didn't come. That's a Pan-African thing. Marcus Garvey was the one that talked about reparation. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about it. These FBAs would spend hours and hours and hours debating over nonsense. They can't even have real debates. They want to have a debate. Well, what should we name ourselves? What should we name ourselves? What do you mean? Y'all don't know who y'all are by now? Y'all don't know who y'all are by now? But y'all been living under a rock? These people are violent. FBAs are very violent. They're very selfish. They're beggars. These people don't even want to work. These people don't want to work. They want to sit there and beg. They want to beg you for money. beg you. Oh, I need help. They want to beg. They don't want to get up and go to work. Create a 401k for themselves. Half of these FBAs, they got bad credit. Check these FBA's credit. Check their credit. I bet you I bet you they owe a bunch of debt. I'm over 800. I'm over 800 as far as my credit score. Stop playing with me. Come on, FBAs. Where you at? Where you at, FBAs? These FBAs knows I'm not lying. They know who they are. There's a reason why I got rid of those suckers that I used to try to build with on YouTube. I got rid of those FBA wannabes. Those FBA suckers. Same old European talking points. These people have accomplished nothing. They could barely show a high school diploma. These suckers can only show you a high school diploma. Stacy said FBA's tried to run for office, but have no career background. Exactly. She's no career background. Bunch of do-nothers. The only thing they can do is get on social media and complain about other black people. That's all they do. They're not trying. These people, you cannot unite with these people. These people are the real enemy. You cannot unite with these people. There's no unify. I don't want nobody telling me to unite with these people. They make me sick. These FBAs, they make me sick to my stomach. Every time I hear FBI, I feel like I'm going to vomit. I feel like I'm going to vomit. All these people who hate Africa, they never travel. They scared to go to other countries. These people scared to go. They don't mind going to different states, but these people are scared to go to different countries. They talk about Africa, but they never been to Africa. They never been there. Keep talking about they keep saying mud huts. All African people live in mud huts because what they saw what they saw on the media by Europeans, what they saw on TV like Tarzan, because these motherfuckers watching Tarzan and they see black people living in mud huts, something that Europeans is portraying. Or that or that movie Ace Ventura when he encountered some Africans and they was in mud huts. This is where they're getting their information from dumbass movies. Or every time they think about Africa, they always keep saying, oh, Wakanda. Which is very insulting. Because you claim you Pan-African, they're gonna keep saying Wakanda or you this Wakanda. That's a comic book. This is where they get their information from white people who's putting out these movies and stuff, and this is what they're getting this from. These people don't want to do no research. From comic books or what for comedy movies. They see a mud hut on these movies. Oh, that's where Africa lives. That's where they all live. Oh, you claim you're African. You into the Wakanda thing. Wakanda. That's a comic book movie, man. What are you talking about? That's not Africa. It's a fictional comic book thing, and then you go. That's the only thing these dummy FBAs. There's the only thing they could compare Africa to some damn comic book. Stacy said they don't want to acknowledge their African roots. FBA is a form of self-hate, actually. Sorry, FBA. Wakanda will never exist. Exactly. And they try to say, oh, we was here, we indigenous to this land. Then when you ask for some proof, they can't give you proof. Oh, we was here. We was here before the when you mean y'all was here? United States was a damn swamp. People traveled to this quote unquote North America. People traveled. And they say, well, this is all I know. Slavery. This is all you know. So who taught you how to farm? Who taught you how to braid hair? White people white people didn't teach black people how to braid hair and cornrows and dreads. Yeah, I guess white people taught you that too, huh? FBAs. I guess white people taught you how to dance. What do you mean this is all you know? They took all your food from the motherland and took all the food from the motherland and they grew it in this country. Watermelon. Where do you think watermelon comes from? Where do you think rice comes from? You can't grow nothing in the United States, what this called this North America. You can't grow nothing here. You know why you can't grow nothing in the United States? You know why? Because it gets cold. Because it's dealing with 4 seasons. In Africa, it's only 1 season over there. 1 season. And it's very tropical. Why do you think when it gets cold, the leaves start falling? Everything dies when it gets cold. Nothing grows, not even fruits. How do you FBA survived in the cold weather? How did y'all survive? See, these are the questions they cannot answer. Stacy said they don't believe in slave boats. FBAs just want to feel like they're special against all other Africans. So true. They think they're better. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. Everything black people learn, they learn from other black people. Nat Turner learned from the Haitians. He learned to rebel because of the Haitian Revolution. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. If it wasn't for Marcus Garvey, we wouldn't have learned to do for self. And he was the one who cleaned up the black man, black woman, and child. But he don't get no credit. You're gonna give all this credit to a damn pedophile. Elijah Muhammad was a pedophile. Let me say this again. Elijah Muhammad was a nasty, dirty pedophile. He never gave credit to Marcus Garvey. He did not like Africa. According to him, black people came from Betty and Shabazz or some crap. And Malcolm X exposed him, said that he don't even talk about Africa. But this is your leader. This is who you willing to die for. This is who you in love with. Anybody that talk about how they love Elijah, any dude that said they love Elijah Muhammad, you're a homosexual. You're a faggot. Like Bozo Muhammad. You're going to take, and that's another thing too. They take the Muhammad and they try to make it black. That came from a European Arab, and which his name was Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was a white man. And these stupid Negroes took that name, took the last name of a white man who was raping little girls. Made not girls 9 years old. This is who you want to be named after. This is who you adopt. You sick bastards. You sick B-rap bastards. They can never face me in person. I wish they would. I wish they would face me in person. Sick bastards. These Negroes are sick. Black people got sick. Black people is today. Black people today is not the black people from the 90s. Black people today is not the black people that I know from the 90s. They're wearing tight jeans and they're more feminism. And that's what they support. FBAs, they all of a sudden they support all this male black men becoming more feminized now. The black woman becoming more masculine. All this unnaturalness is all around us. And that's what black people support. These FBAs, that's what they support. They support all this unnatural behavior that they learned from slavery, because slavery was unnatural. Stacy said they can't think for themselves. In a Nation of Islam is a cult. It's a big cult. People are out here starving. People are out here starving. I know. I work where I have to help black people. Black people coming out these prisons. Women need child care because they want to work, but they don't have nobody watching their kid. The Nation of Islam has done nothing. Has not done nothing. And I'm looking at this, and I said, wow. But this is FBAs. These FBAs, they see all this problem, and they're not doing anything about it. They're not doing anything but sitting on their ass, complaining about Pan-Africans. We put in the fucking work. We're doing the work. They're making our lives hard. I don't understand it. You making our lives hard, you FBAs. What is Tariq Nasheed doing? Nothing. Nothing. Or they just want to talk about Dr. Umar all the time. If you want this school up and running, then make it happen. Come together and make it happen. Say, look, we're gonna have this school up and running. Why are you on YouTube, FBAs, and complaining? Where's the FBAs? You want that school to run? Put your money up. Or shut up. These people are just babble. That's what they do. They just get on social media because they have a little platform on TikTok or YouTube. They want to use the opportunity to complain. The complaint campaign. That's what it is. That's what it is. They have done nothing for society. They have done nothing for society. Only thing, and here's another thing I don't like these FBA suckers. They love this country. Oh, this is the greatest country in the world. Until they get a billy club stuck up their ass or get a billy club knocked over their upside their head. Oh man, I didn't do nothing. Why are you arresting me? Cops tell him, because I don't like you. These white people, these white folks, they tell him, I don't like you. I'm just doing it because I feel like doing it. You love this country until you get a bullet by these white extremist police officers who call themselves police officers or wear a police officer's uniform. They watch our people get mistreated. None of these FBAs. What's that kid's name who murdered one of the white boys who was bullying him? What they did? How many FBAs put money on his defense on his books for his defense for his defense team? Not one. Not one. Only thing they could do is get on social media and talk about it. These people are not proactive people. These people are not proactive people. Bunch of losers, bunch of suckers, and they know who they are. That's the reason why I got rid of those clowns that I used to deal with. I got rid of them. Those three clowns that I usually talk about. I got rid of those bum ass dudes. They don't work. Crack Baby Michigan, he don't work. Bozo Muhammad don't work. Nut 7 don't work. They don't work. They home, eating TV dinners, struggling. Bunch of bum ass dudes. And some of these chicks out here, they know different. They know different. They think they half Indian. They wearing all this fake European hair. They think they look good. They wearing the eyelashes and all this fake stuff, trying to look cute. But then they said, well, if I get with if a black man want to get with me, he have to look a certain way. This is what these FBA bitches, that's what they do. That's what they say. Oh, if a black man wants to talk to me, he has to look away. He has to be tall. He has to make $1 million. I should, he has to have a mansion. But then when they see a bum ass white guy, they don't have, or all of a sudden, or they looking natural. All of a sudden, all of a sudden all of a sudden those girls, they going out there and working, busting their ass to keep that white guy. And vice versa. And vice versa. The Negro man do it with these Neanderthal women. They do it. They do it. Look at people like Quincy Jones. This man was a workaholic. He was a workaholic. He was working himself almost to death. This man passed out, had a brain, what do you call it? I forgot they call it. Where he had something with his brain where he had to get operated on. This man was worked himself almost to death for those white women. And still couldn't keep him. This man he had 3 Neanderthal women and still couldn't keep him. Think about that. It's sickening. It's sickening. That's the reason why I'm not for now on. I'm not respecting no FBA Negro pen. I don't like them. They're my enemy, and I'm just gonna just say if they ask another dumbass question, oh, if you Pan African, I'm just gonna disrespect them on their live feed, or if I'm on a panel, or if they on my panel, I'm just gonna disrespect them. I'm gonna be as rude. I'm not showing these people no respect. No respect. I'm not showing them no respect. They will never get no respect from me. These people are the number one enemy. They want to keep you in this slavery box. And they're going to say, well, this is how it is. The slave culture is nothing but a fake, is a fake habitat for black people. That's all it is. This slave culture is a fake habitat. That's all it is. But they want to make fun of black people who are trying to reclaim their culture, reclaim who they are. Like that girl, like that chick, that fake Mayat chick on Bozo channel. She goes, oh, we have Africa. Africa don't owe you nothing, dumbass. Africa don't owe you nothing. You owe it. You owe it. Because if she really knew her history, a lot of those black people was converted. They was converted. They got brainwashed. Just like you got Negroes over here brainwashed. Brainwashed. They get brainwashed. They're gonna tell you. They're gonna talk about you when you got these Mexicans talking about I would never hire a black person. They take everything from us. They take our style or whatever, and they still disrespect us. Still call you the N-word. Copy everything that we do. Every race of people copy everything that we do. And these FBAs, they glorify these people. They glorify people like Eminem. They glorify Fat Joe. They glorify all these racist people who haven't done nothing for black folks. When the last time you saw Eminem marching or protesting against police brutality? They turn the other head. They say, "Oh, that's black people's problem. That's not my problem." The only time they come around black folks is when they talk about hip hop. And you stupid Negroes, you stupid FBA Negroes, y'all cool with that. Y'all comfortable with that. You comfortable with that. These FBAs, they too afraid. The biggest cowards don't even want to take the money that they made off of black folks and create an institution. No, they want to spend it on cars and yachts. Brother Bakari was saying that Mayweather is going broke. I don't feel sorry for him. Fuck Mayweather. The hell with him. The hell with Mayweather. Well, you can't say it, but he's black. I don't give a damn. Most of these black people need to go. They serve nothing. They have done nothing. Something happens to some of these black people, these do-nothings, something happens to them, I won't feel sorry for them. I'll be like, that's good for him. That's good for her. That's good for him. That's good for her. I'll say that. They deserve it. They deserve the hell that they go through. I don't feel sorry for no Puff Daddy either. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him. I'm sorry to say, but he the one who got Biggie killed. I don't feel sorry for him. He the one who got Biggie killed. Biggie was 24 years old. That's young. Biggie was 24 years old. Why are you having that man to go to LA knowing the height, knowing after the death of Pop? But you're gonna have that man go out there because you want money. And they're gonna go after P. Diddy. They're gonna find another way to go after that man, after that coon. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for none of these people. You FBAs, y'all are the worst of the bottom. Y'all are the bottom of the barrel. You are the bottom of the barrel. These same FBAs, they will vote for racist people. They'll vote for Kamala Harris. They'll vote for Trump. And none of these politicians care about us. None of these politicians care about us. But they're going to keep voting for the same enemy, same system. And they think they're making change. They think they're making a difference. They think voting and making a difference. Well, you know, my ancestors, your ancestors would spit in your face. Your ancestors would spit in your face and say, no, we voting for to be free. And they not talking that, I'm not going to vote for that. I'm not voting for them. You should hold your vote. Should hold your vote. Like I said, these FBAs, so-called Black Americans, whatever they want to call themselves, they are the worst of the worst. They are the worst of the worst. These people are our enemies, and it's going to be to the point that we might have to, you know, us Pan-Africans, we might have to start putting them down, if you know what I mean. It might have to come to that. It might have to come to that. It might have to come to that. Because these people, they don't care about life. They don't even care about their existence. When you mix race, FBAs, when you mix race, you're destroying who you are. You're destroying your existence. And these are the same knuckleheads that they would have biracial children, and they would say, well, oh no, they're black. Because that's how society look at them. No, I don't look at them like that. I look at them exactly what they are. Biracial. Mix. Mutt. We got to start calling things for what it is. I'm not here to please people. Here come the FBI. Oh, my grandma said your grandmother was a self-hating piece of shit. My grandmother said I was Indian. Your grandmother was a self-hating piece of shit that had to pass the paper bag test, you idiot. Trust me, don't tell me about no grandma. And now you notice the grandmothers today or the grandparents today are getting younger and younger. They're getting younger and younger now. Some of these grandparents are damn near 30. They 30. They ain't even hit 40 yet. Early 40s, late 30s, early 40s, they already grandparents. It's sickening. What type of world are we living in? And these are the same people. They still want to go to the club. They still looking for a date. They're still dating. Still trying to get a man, or they want to be the old man in the club. Still trying to get a, a slide off. These people are living a unnatural lifestyle because that's the benefit of the slave culture. That's the benefit. Is to be like white folks, to copy them. These people, these FBAs, they don't go after white folks. They don't go. You don't never see them going after the Klan and going on and going on their sites, interrupting things. They don't do that. They're afraid. These FBAs are the biggest cowards. They're the biggest cowards. Like I said, they talk tough on their social media, but when you see them in person, they're not like that. Trust me and believe that. They're not like that. They don't got no heart. They don't got no heart. They supported Biden, these FBAs, these sellouts. They supported Biden. You got these Negroes talking about they protect the black woman. They protect the black woman, but you out there supporting Biden. And Biden is the one that's allowing dudes that put on a wig and lipstick and some fake eyelashes, and then they go into the women's bathroom. They try to do that on my job, and I put a stop to that. I was the one who put a stop to that. And they changed that bathroom. They put all genders, and it went from all gender sign to women's bathroom, to sign women's again. I fought for that because sisters were scared. Our sisters were scared. They just said, I'm not going in that bathroom. I did that. A Pan-African did that. These FBA Negroes, they didn't do that. There was an FBA chick. There was an FBA girl. She got mad at me. She got mad at me. And she got mad at me. She reported me. But I tell you one thing, I got that shit changed. And she was FBA. She was a clear Biden fan. She turned me off. I stopped talking to her. I didn't give a damn she was a black woman. She was a piece of shit. She was a piece of garbage. When she finally retired and moved on, she gonna bring her raggedy ass all white. Why are you coming participate? I'm not participating. Leave me alone. You mean nothing to me. Get out of here. Bye. Reba Dorchi. Good luck on your next job, or your next adventure. These people are sick. But she supports that. She supports the trans formers going into a women that black women go into. She supports that. She didn't care about her own people. What I don't understand is that these black women today, most of these black women today are not even good mothers. That's another thing I don't understand. And they're not good mothers. Most of these black women today are not good mothers. But they get the best mother. When Mother's Day come around, oh, they the best of the best. They get showered with flowers. They go to the finest restaurants. But the meanwhile, they let their kids curse. Their kids are rowdy. Some of these kids will go in and out of jail. They leave their kids with whoever, and while they go to the club or hanging out in the streets. And while the good fathers, we don't get anything. We not get treated with all the good things that we do. We don't go to they do. Ain't no woman taking us out to no nice restaurants, giving us money, so we can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want with it. We deserve nice things too. We deserve to be recognized too. I mean, I'm talking about real recognized. We're not talking about, oh, happy Father's Day, and here's the card and a tie. But see, this is we living in a backward society. It just shows that everything is unnatural when it comes down to us. Everything is backwards, unnatural, because when you do something constructive, when you do something and you place principles behind what you're doing, that becomes that's not knowledgeable. No one acknowledged it. That's being unrecognized. No one cares. There's a lot of positive women. There's some positive women out there that own businesses that's really doing it, but they're not being glorified. Some of our sisters out here are really doing their thing, master's degrees and got their own company or whatever they doing, and got good careers, but they're not being glorified. You know what's being glorified? The sexy reds. That's what's being glorified. Those dusty women from the what do you call that, housewives of Atlanta and all that stuff. That's what being all this degeneracy. All this degeneracy is being embraced, and that becomes so-called black culture. That becomes black culture. And I noticed that when you have white people that wants to quote unquote act like us, they take the worst of us. They take the worst. And that's how they look at black people, the whole degeneracy side. That's black culture to them. Using the N-word constantly, trying to act hard, trying to act tough. Oh, that's black culture. That's what black people do. When they look at black people, that's the first thing they think of is degeneracy. And that's the reason why they ask stupid questions. Or they make assumptions. And they think that they can approach a black person and use the N-word and say, "Hey, what's up, my nigga?" And black people should not say nothing about it. They should not say anything. And then when you address them, oh, they shocked. Why are you coming at me like that? Well, because you're disrespectful. But what do you mean I'm disrespect you? I can't say the N-word and I'm like, yo, who told you that you can disrespect me? Because other black people, because they want to be friends. They looking for friendship. They looking for some sort of companionship with their enemy. So they allow their enemy to disrespect them, while the enemy just laughing at them. And I was watching this. I think I might just, when I do this live about this interracial couple, I think I might just do this live. But I think about this live. I think about this, not this live. I think about this Martha Williams show where you had this black woman, this bad wench black woman, and she let this white guy hit it, and he was supposed to be this white supremacist. He was down with the skinheads or something like that, and she let this guy hit it. He had 2 kids by this dude. At the end of the show, he turns around and say, I will not be in those kids' life. I would not be in those kids' life. And it makes me wonder, I said, wow. This black woman, this coon bed wench, slept with this guy not only once, but multiple times, and had 2 children by this white dude, knowing that he was a racist, knowing the history of white people, knowing this. And now all of a sudden she's shocked because this white guy said, I won't be in a kid's lives. Then she turns around and get with another white guy. And this I guess he's the good white guy. And he wants to adopt. And he looked more of a redneck than the other guy. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. But if it was a brother, she would have ran him through the mud. But this is what they show. This is what white boy can get away with it. There's a lot of white men. They don't take care of their kids either, but their media don't put that in. One thing about white people, they do not put their business, their dirty laundry out there, but they'll put your dirty laundry out there. Black folks, FBAs, they'll put your dirty laundry out there. It's sick to my stomach. It really is. But and like I said, this is more of a civil war now. At this point, it's a civil war, and we got to treat it that way. These FBAs, they're powerless. They're do-nothers. And these are the biggest complainers. The biggest complainers. But they want to get on social media and talk all this big talk like they're about that life. And they don't even come close. So we have to really to my Pan-Africans out there, we just gotta stay focused. Because all this, when you hear these FBAs, when they attack us, it's a distraction tactic. That's all it is. It's all a distracting tactic. This is distract you. Even with this old B-Rap fat turd face keep tagging me to watch his crappy videos. I'm not interested in your videos. You came out the cuckoo's nest, dude. I'm not interested in your stupid, dumbass rhetoric. Your redundant rhetoric. I'm not interested. And it got to the point I had to block this dude. I don't want to see none of his notifications. Putting my name in his titles. Why are you worrying about me? I'm not interested. You're my enemy. I'm not interested in my enemies. My enemies means nothing to me. These people are my enemies. I don't. The hell with them. The hell with them. The hell with their family. The hell with all of them. That hasn't accomplished one damn thing. Not one. These people are fake. And they trying to find people who's going to side with their nonsense. They want to get people. Oh, okay, good. You and I, we think the same. So let's put this out there. Let's do a live together. And let's talk about Pan Africans all day. Meanwhile, you ain't putting no work in. You don't have nothing. You ain't building nothing. You just giving out pipe dreams. You talk about an organization that doesn't even that cater to white folks, really. That don't do nothing for black people. The big bad Nation of Islam. But more Muslims got murdered by NYPD cops. Explain that shit. All them Muslims either got beat up or got murdered by NYPD. We not even talking about like Chicago and all them. We talking about NYPD alone. And they didn't even want to let Malcolm handle that. That damn pedophile did not even want to let Malcolm handle that. Because he see all his brothers getting knocked off by these racist white folks. And he wanted to make an example out of them. And that dirty old pedophile did not want to let him do it. Let's talk about it. But you are the big bad Nation of Islam. But those white people was kicking your asses and knocking you off one by one. And they had no smoke for them. They didn't even go to the precinct and say, "Look, we're gonna do gun blazing at the precinct." Nope. Bunch of cowards went after Malcolm X. That's what y'all did. Bunch of cowards. The Nation of Islam members are a bunch of. They still cowards to me. All of them. All of them. And the ones that represent Pan Africanism, like Khalid Muhammad, Malcolm X, they got rid of them. That Zulu Shabazz, Malik Shulu Shabazz, whatever his name is, he murdered Khalid Muhammad. You claim that you love black people, but y'all threaten each other, y'all kill each other. Only attacking black people, just like Malcolm said. He was right about it. He was right about it. Then they keep saying, well, Malcolm said that if you anybody that talk against anybody that do things that they don't supposed to do in the nation, you know, they catch them smoking or drinking or whatever, they get beat up or whatever the case is. That's for people that's for members that's in the Nation of Islam. I don't think Malcolm was talking about anybody that leaves the Nation of Islam or they got kicked out the Nation of Islam. I don't think Malcolm was talking about that. Malcolm had every right to talk about his ex-teacher. We already know that Elijah Muhammad was fornicating. That's facts. And you want to these silly FBA B-Rabs, they want to paint this beautiful story. They want to paint this beautiful story like he's the innocent and he's the victim. Please get out my face. Get out my face, loser. Bunch of nobodies, man. Bunch of stupid ass nobodies. Slave culture followers. That's what they are. Slave culture followers. Like I said, I'm going to, for now on, I'm going to treat them as my enemy. I don't care if they come at me asking dumbass questions or if they say something foolish. I'm going to disrespect them. I am going to disrespect them. I am going to disrespect them, whether it was on my platform or whether it was on their platform, with any social media platform. I'm going to disrespect them. They say something stupid, I will disrespect them. These Hebrew Israelites, they FBAs too. These Hebrew Israelites, I have no respect for them either. They have a problem with Africa. Now there's some Hebrews. I'm not saying all Hebrews, these brothers who claim Hebrew Israelite, but you got some of them do embrace Africa. You got some of them who do embrace it. I'm not talking about all Hebrews, but I'm talking about the xenophobic ones. They're gonna get it too. They get it too. Ain't nobody safe when it comes down to me. No one's safe. So with that said, I'm going to end this live. I think I said what I had to say for now. Appreciate everybody that come through. Andrew, Stacy, thank you for coming through, supporting the brother. And I'll see you next time. Like I said, just press that notification of the next live I'm going to do. So yeah, just press that notification. Just so that means y'all get notified when I'm about to do when you get the notification when I'm about to do the live. So yeah, so I'm gonna get into that too. But with that said, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and one love.